are going to continue on this process of making a Yorkshire button with this button loom. So I have it warped, and I'm just gonna leave it about right here while I'm gonna go with 2 yards because I can stretch my arm about a yard and it'll fold over. So I'm gonna go ahead and get about 2 yards of thread right here. Oh, it occurs to me, I gotta grab some scissors. Okay, let's snip that off and set that thread aside. It does take quite a bit of thread to do these. I think this one I did is the size 100. And I did it with a thin yarn, a fingering yarn, and it took, I think between 5 and 7 yards for my big ones. Okay, so let's go ahead and thread our needle now. So remember, it's that huck needle with the bent tip that's a tapestry. If not, you can use any needle. Tapestries are best because they won't shred your thread. But the bent tip is handy, and I'll show you how that works here. Okay, let's get this threaded. Okay, I don't want to lose the end of my warping. I probably should have put a piece of tape down so that I could mark it. All right, let's finish it here. That guy needs a friend, that guy needs a friend, and now we're back to the middle. Okay, now that we're back to the middle, what we're going to do is go around doing sometimes it's called a woven spider web stitch or a woven web stitch. And I like to start right here underneath this middle part right here so that I can kind of catch these guys. When we are finished, we will be able to see, I don't think you can see it on the top of this because I put the flower on top of it. This section right here in the middle will be visible. So if you we're going to do it like with a flower and you wanted the middle to be yellow, and this is where you would change colors so that your petals or your flower could be a different color. So we're going to go underneath this section right here. I also like to make sure that my wraps are in the middle of the flower. So I'm sticking it down through the hole in the back, just kind of sizing things and making sure that everything is shoved to the middle. All right, we are ready to go. So we are going to go just like with a woven web stitch. We're going to go under 2 right here. So this is 1 spoke. This is the 2nd spoke. I'm going to go under 2. See how easy that is to stick it under those? And then we go under of those 2 that we just went under, we go over one of them again, and under a new one. And that will wrap. Make sure as you're doing it that you're not pulling, that you don't get caught up. Like this one seems, yep, that's what I've got. This one is stuck. I didn't go all the way through under the thread. So let's unthread that. Okay, let's get this guy back out of here. He did okay going under the first one. It's the second one that I didn't go all the way under, so I'm just gonna peel him back from that first one, from the second one. Let's thread the needle again. All right, we weren't even far enough along before we had that problem for me to show you how that first one, you can see right here, it's a little bit hard to see, but you can see that it's wrapped around it. Okay, now let's go under the second one, which is what I unthreaded. Okay, now we go under 2. We go redo the one that we just did plus 1 more. There we go, making sure that I didn't catch it on anything. Under the one that we just did plus 1 more. Make sure I didn't catch it on anything. Okay, let's keep going. You're starting to see this little line starting up right here. So under the last one, under a new one, make sure we didn't catch anything. Pull it snug. Sometimes I put my thread or my needle between the 2 spokes because that's a good way to push it down to the middle to keep it tight. Okay, under the last one. My apologies, I am recording outside today. And apparently there's something loud going overhead. Under the first one, under a new one, and pull tight. Under the first one, under a new one, and pull tight. Under the first one, under a new one, and pull tight. Let's see, it's coming out right there. So under a first one, under a new one, under the first one, under a new one. Oh, I didn't check it that time, and look what I did. I caught it again right here. You can see. I'm gonna try going back through right here. Nope, not worth it. Okay, so let's pull to here. Unthread my needle. As you can tell, it's worth the extra time to make sure, because as soon as I tried to be fast and skip that part, I did it wrong again. Okay. Rethread your needle. There we go. Okay, now we need to go under the second one. Let's see, you can see this one comes out right here, so the second one would have been this one right here. Okay, go under that one again and the next one. Under the last one and the next one. And that one feels like it knotted up way out there, so I'm going to put my needle between the spokes and tighten them up. Okay, under the last one and the next one. Under the last one and the next one. And notice this one of the spokes is where we started and one is where we ended, but we're going to try and pull those as we come together here. Under the last one, under the next one. Under the last one, under the next one. Under the last one, under the next one. Now we keep repeating this process until we have a full loom, and until we have these rings that go all the way around to the edge. I'm gonna go around in this video, last one and next one, till we meet up at the first. I normally make these videos in a very controlled environment in my studio at home. But I started ones there, but I didn't like how they turned out. And so I am doing it again, but I'm doing it outside while we are on vacation because it's the only place with enough light here. And the bugs are attacking me, the helicopters are flying by. It's not very conducive to making a video. Okay, just keep going around. You go under two, and then you go back and go under one the second time. Okay, so this is our first one that is in our second round, although you do not have to keep track of that. They will just stack up, so you can start to see the first round all the way around, and as we keep going, they will just continue to stack up. Now, obviously, I'm gonna run out of thread before I get to the end, so I will come back. I'm just gonna keep going, and you should keep going too, but you don't need to watch me for an hour, so I'll go ahead and work on it. But when I get to the end of my thread, I'll come back and show you how to switch through.